Alright, so I'm on my last scoop now. It's mostly liquid left here. There's a little bit of grain at the bottom. You can kind of see. It's pretty hard to get just grain in it now, which is good because it was a big pile of grain in the pot for a while. But now you can kind of see around the edges. There's definitely some liquid. So I think when I start moving this around a little bit and it settles down, really gonna have to watch out for scorching. That's every video I've seen says you really have to keep on it. So I'm basically gonna be standing here for the next 40 minutes just stirring from the bottom. It's gonna be pretty tough. I really should have grabbed some sort of mash paddle today, but it'll just be me and my metal spoon for the next, I think 40 or so minutes is what it says, but this is a pretty big grain bill, so I wouldn't be surprised if it takes longer. This is going to sit here for now. The enzymes were already washed off of the grain, so the sugars are still converting in here. No worries on that. And a big benefit of this process is you get you just extract a lot more sugar. You get a higher efficiency, or so I've been told. So I've had a lot of efficiency problems in the past with brew in the bag. Haven't really had a chance to go all grain and just try the system out. So I'm really just going for it in this one, just trying to get as much efficiency as I can. And then I'll have my high and my low, and from then on hopefully I can get as high to that high in the future as possible. So I will put this on the burner and probably come back when it is boiling. So just checking in here, this is quite a labor-intensive process. At this point it's probably been maybe 12 or 15 minutes. I've gone from about 90 to 120 degrees. Stirring constantly. I already had some stuff sort of catching on the bottom of the back portion of the pot bottom, scorching. So I'm just manning my post and stirring like crazy. I did take a second to grab a beer. This is my attempt at a pumpkin clone. It's my second attempt actually. Came out a bit more bitter than I expected. I think it's because it was the first time I used real pumpkin. I'm not really sure what the flavor is, sort of at the middle of the mouth, but I really like it. Great color, great clarity. I'm submitting this to a competition for its pumpkin content. So yeah, cheers. Delicious. It's been about another 10, maybe 12 minutes. Starting to get a really cool color with this, and when you let it sit for maybe a minute or so, you get like a nice clear liquid sitting on top. Really great brown color, where before it was kind of just like a creamy color. I mean, this is kind of the color you expect to get when you have your wort and it's boiling eventually anyway. But getting some really great smells too, and we're just at about just over 160, which it kind of varies depending on where you've stirred the grain. There's some hot pockets in here, near the bottom. So that temperature kind of varies a little bit. Just to show you kind of what I'm following here, hopefully you can kind of see this. This is off of Homebrew Talk, and they're just showing the acid rest here, 97 degrees. So everything that's in here is still doing that, and then this dotted line represents the boil, I'm assuming. And I forgot about this little rest. You can actually do a it's not really a sac rest, it's a beta rest, I think, or an alpha. It's alpha rest, I think. And you can do that rest and then continue raising to the boil, and then you add that to the stuff that's in here to bring it up to temperature. And you're trying to go for, you can't really see it, but it's 122 degrees to 133 degrees, and then follow the same cycle, basically. So a little bit of understanding there. I'm gonna skip that beta rest and just go straight for the boil. I've already missed it at this point anyway. So maybe on the next round I can, because I think it shows. Yeah, right here you can do it again. So this is the end of the first decoction. My alarm is about to go off, and then we're going to turn the heat off and start putting it back. There it goes. So I'm going to turn the heat off. I'm going to move this off the burners and let that start cooling down, because I'm probably not going to use all of it to bring this stuff up to temperature, and then it has to cool down till I can add it back for that protein rest. So I will start scooping this into the mash tun. So the first part of the protein rest is done. So looking at the diagram I'm working off of here, I'm right at this point here where I'm going to take the thick portion, which is going to be for the dotted line, put that into my kettle and push it off onto this track, while the left behind stuff is all left there for the rest of the protein rest. This time I'm going to actually pay attention to this rest here, which I think is supposed to be a sack rest. I'm not sure how well it's going to work, but I want to try it out, and I figure it's going to be a late night anyway. I might as well go for it all. So I'm going to take about half as much as I did last time. So last time it was 80 scoops using this ladle. So this time I'll just do 40 and try and keep it really thick. And I'm trying to get my temperature up from what it's now, like 123. I'm trying to get it up to probably 149. I'll go for the low end. 149, 150. Trying to hit that exactly if I can. So start taking out my mash and transfer here. And we'll come back close to the end. So the second decoction is now boiling. Let it boil for 15 minutes total. Probably got another 10 or 12 minutes left in this batch here. In the meantime, just kind of watching this, stirring it up every once in a while just to keep it from settling at the bottom. Great color though, like when it all settles out, I'm really happy with the color so far. The smell is incredible. I've had a couple tastes of it so far. Really sweet. I think the sugar content is going to be way higher than batches I've done before. So this is working out pretty nicely. I think the flavor that the decoction imparts is unique. I don't know if it necessarily will be good for a black IPA, but this is a cool experiment, to, at the very least, because it's a beer I've made a couple times. So I'll let this one keep going for now, and keep my eye on this one, keep it from scorching. And in the meantime, I am out of beer, so probably should get on that. The mash is still boiling here. Just got about another 2 minutes left here. In the meantime, poured myself another basically Imperial Stout. Yeah, another Imperial Stout. This is Sierra Nevada's Narwhal. Got a very similar pour. A little bit lighter head, but not much lighter. The actual beer itself was not as dark. You could kind of see through it as it was being poured. But it, in the glass it looks about the same. Let's see, smell. A little bit sweeter than the Imperial Stout from Founders. Let's see what it tastes like. Wow, really good. And I realized before that the Founders was 10.5%. This one feels really high, but I'm not seeing ABV on the bottle. I'll have to look it up. Oh wait, is that it? 10.2. So these Imperial Stouts definitely have this boozy aftertaste, but it's really well balanced, and neither one of them so far has had the that like chocolate burnt astringency. It's just really good, really kind of not sweet, but well-balanced malt, really malt forward, no bitterness. I love it. This is my kind of beer right here. So the Narwhal, to me, probably the best Sierra Nevada beer I've had. There goes my timer. So that means that this is over. I'll turn off the heat and move it off the burners. And now I'm going to move. Again, I have to be very careful about the temperature. And I'll probably just, again, add 4 at a time, 4 scoops at a time. And then watch the temperature. And then let this cool down until it matches, and we'll be at our sack rest. Again, I'm probably shooting for 149, 150, somewhere around there. Kind of want to keep it low. So, come back.